Right, welcome back, and today we're going to be looking at 12 teams who I cannot wait to use in FIFA 19. Most of these are because they made some sick transfers, but some of them because they were good last season in fact. First one we're going to be looking at is Brighton, because they have made some stunning signings. They have made some absolute stunning signings. And they got a pretty decent team from last year. For example, Pascal Gross did really well from last year. Izquierdo found his form towards the end. And they've spent a lot of money on making new signings this season and trying to stay up again. And most of their new signings actually aren't that bad. They signed Johan Bash from AZ Alkmaar. He's a really good player. He was like the top scorer in the Eredivisie last year. They signed Bissoma from Lille. He's a really talented midfielder. I think he's more of a defensive midfielder than anything else. They signed a Brazilian left back called Bernardo from RB Leipzig. He for like 9 million, so he's supposedly a really good player. On deadline day they got Martin Montoya, so he's quite an experienced player. They got Andoni as a striker, scoring some goals that they struggled with last year. And they've also got some pretty decent other signings who will be good rotation players. The next team we're going to be looking at is Derby. Mainly because they've spent big money this year on Wagon, people like that. I think they signed Jack Marriott, the one from Peterborough. Yeah, they got Waghorn, Marriott, Joseph Zoon from Brentford, who was meant to be really good last year. So they've made some quality signings. And I just can't wait to see what kind of budget they give them, considering they gave them 16 million on this year's FIFA. This team is one who mainly came into my mind on deadline day, after they confirmed a lot of their transfer deals. So before deadline day, they got Richarlison and Digne, so it was a bit like, alright, they'll be alright to use. But then on deadline day, they got Bernard, a really talented winger from Shakhtar, who was a free agent. They also got Andre Gomez and Jerry Mina, the one who was linked with Man United for a lot of money, from Barcelona. And they're both meant to be really good. And then after the deadline, they went and wrapped up Kurt Zouma, who I think is a really talented defender. I'm glad Chelsea haven't realised that yet. That team we're going to be looking at is the team I just mentioned, and it's Barcelona. I simply like using them on FIFA because of Messi, Suarez, Coutinho. It's really fun to use Barcelona simply because they're so good, and you've got so much money to play around with. The next team is a newly promoted side. I think there's one of two newly promoted sides on here. And that is Fulham, who spent like 100 million this summer on some really good signings. And I think Fulham could be pushing for EuroLeague this year, if not top. But if not that, at least top half, at the very least. Because they've made some quality signings. But again, I thought, yeah, I would enjoy doing them for deadline day, but then I thought on deadline day, wow, they seem entertaining. They got a brand new midfield partnership of Seri and Gastua, both of which are really talented players. Come on, Seri was linked with Barcelona last year, and now he's playing for Fulham. that will be exciting to see. They also got Mitrovic, who's normally a good player in FIFA. Alfie Mawson got a lot of potential. Joe Bryan, Fabry, and Le Marchand will be good quality backups. Andre Schürrle will help a lot. A lot of people remember him from the Chelsea days, he wasn't that bad. They also got Rico Fossi-Mensah and Callum Chambers on loan. So there's a few with a lot of first team quality in that, who could be very big in the future for Fulham. And you should get an okay budget to work with as well. Even though the only thing I think they really need now is a proper, 20 goal a season striker. And maybe a right back, because they haven't really brought one in this summer, although you could use like Chambers, Mawson and all that there. A team who I wasn't expecting to like so much this year is actually Inter Milan. They signed Nainggolan from Roma. I was really surprised Roma let him go. He's a quality player. Lautaro Martinez, who's normally my go-to backup striker if I sign one. DiMarco from Sion, a really young left back, quite promising. Versalco from Atletico Madrid. Everyone knows he's quite a good right back. Politano from Saluzzo. I've got to admit I don't know anything about him. De Vrij and Asamoah, both on frees from Serie A rivals Lazio and Juventus. So that is impressive for them. Talking of Juventus, I think the team who will really challenge Madrid, if not do better than Madrid in the Champions League this year, simply because they signed like the second best player in the world after Harry Kane probably, and that is Cristiano Ronaldo. He is, he's due this summer. He is a quality player who can do things out of nothing. But they also signed Cancelo from Valencia, who would link with Wolves, who's a right back to replace Lichtsteiner. They confirmed Costa. They brought back Bonucci, who's a really quality centre half, certainly on FIFA. They brought in Perrin, who's a younger version of Buffon, because Buffon left. And then they brought in Emre Can for free from Liverpool to solidify their midfield a little bit. And I think that is really impressive from Juventus. They will be a real force. Next, talking of real forces, I think the team who could walk away with the league this year, and it's Liverpool. Because even on this game, Liverpool are enjoyable to use, with Trent, Robertson, Mo Salah, Firmino, Mane, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Henderson. And now they brought in some quality players in Naby Keita, Alisson, Fabinho, Shaqiri. And other than that, it's it. But they're going to be a real force this year, and I think they will walk the Prem. The next team who we're going to be looking at, simply because they done really well last year, and I'd really like to see how well they get upgraded, and the dynamic tactics is meant to be based on them. And it's Manchester City. Think how good like De Bruyne, David Silva, Aguero, Jesus, Sane, Sterling are going to be on this game, because they were amazing for Man City last year. And that's not forgetting Ederson, who's a really solid goalkeeper. The next team is mainly because I support them, and that is Tottenham, because I always enjoy doing Tottenham. And I think this year could be the year that Tottenham get a 90 rated player in either Lloris, Kane, Ericsson or Dele Alli. The second to last team we're going to be looking at is one of Tottenham's rivals who have spent a lot of money this summer, and I mean a lot of money, and that is West Ham. I think their best bit of business though will get in Emmanuel Pellegrini, who we all know can do well in the Premier League. We all remember his Man City sides. He shoot a lot of attacking talent at Manchester City, and I think at West Ham he could do wonders. given another transfer window or two. I don't think they'll do it this year. However, I think he'll do wonders this year. But the fact is, they got Felipe Anderson, who was linked to a really big club. Issa Diop is a really good young player. Yarmolenko, Dortmund's big money signing last year, is a really quality player. Fabianski, Sanchez and Luca Perez are a bit more in the middle. Valbuena, the centre half, is meant to be really good. Fredericks impressed for Fulham last year, and is still only 25, so quite young. And their best bit of transfer business, getting in Jack Wilshere on a free. That's a really quality decision by West Ham, getting in Jack Wilshere. Although I really don't like Jack Wilshere, personally, he is a really talented midfielder, and who I wouldn't mind getting back into the England setup. Final two we're going to look at, simply because of last year they were so good, and they made so many good signings this year, and it's Wolves. I think the team that got promoted last year, it's very similar but better. Most newly promoted sides lose their best players. However, Wolves managed to build a great team last year and sign them up this year. Other than that, they got Jota, Bolly, Afobe, who then left again, Bonatini, Vinagre. They did their deals, which they had last year. I think they're really good deals, but they also got Adama Traore, who's a really quick, talented midfielder. They got João Moutinho, who we all know what he's like. They got Raul Jimenez, who can score goals. Rui Patricio in goal on a free. And Johnny Castro is a really talented player. And then today they got one of my favourite midfielders to sign on FIFA, and that's Leonardo Dendoncker from Anderlecht, because he's a really talented player. But thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys tomorrow.